What's up, More to Life fam? Trail back giving you guys another video. Today we're going to talk about the D-line rooms in the Big 12. There's been a lot of chatter out there about what we're not going to do and what everybody's going to do, and I don't even think that you guys know what, for one, that you're talking about, or actually look at the D-lines or at the production that's in each one of these rooms. So I thought I'll just go ahead and bring this up so I can point this out to everyone. Now, taking account that this is the amount of sacks that's in the room that we're going to talk about currently going into 2024 is only taking account for D linemen. It's not taking account for any linebacker sacks or any safety sacks, any corner sacks, any DB sacks, anybody else besides the D-line edges. The amount of sacks that each team had for last season, I'll just put the total amount of sacks up there. So that is for last season, it will have the corners and linebackers accumulated into that amount. Going into the 2024 season, those amounts are only the D-line. Once again, these amounts that we're going to talk about that each team currently has in their room is only for the D-line, and I'll point that out at each one. So let's jump right into this and tell me, is it who you thought it was that currently has the most production in their room in the Big 12 in this D-line room? So let's talk about this flip around. So starting this off, the team with the least production in their room would be Oklahoma State University. They previously had 27 sacks last year in 2023 season. They currently have 3.5 sacks in their room currently. I know this is a shocker to a lot of people because this is one of the teams everyone was saying would be in the contention to win the Big 12, but I definitely need to get that D-line going because it's looking pretty scarce. And next up, we have Arizona University. They currently had 34 sacks last season in the 2023 season. That's definitely a lot of sacks right there, man. That's a lot. They were going to work, but they currently have 6.5 sacks in that room as of now. They lost a lot, but you could expect that with the guys that left went to the NFL, and also with the coach leaving, going to another school, so that's definitely expected. Going on over to BYU, they had 11 sacks last season and the 2023 season, and they currently have 8 sacks in the room now. Once again, the 11 sacks also accumulates for DBs and linebackers. The 8 sacks are just for the D-line, so I think that's pretty good. That's a pretty good turnaround for coming into the 2024 season. So going in next, we have K-State. They had 25 sacks last season, and they currently have 8.5 sacks. It's sitting in that room as of now. I know that's probably surprising to a lot of people as well. But let's keep this thing rolling because, once again, it's just going to be a quick video. Next up, we have Arizona State University. I was at this game, man. That thing was hype. They had 26 sacks last season in the 2023, the 2023 season, and they currently have 9 sacks in their room. Thank you. We took one of their top dogs, but we'll thank you and put him out there and give him the light that he needs to go ahead and get selected in within those 7 rounds. You're gonna get selected anyway because BJ Green is just a dog, man. That man is next level. But yeah, so let's keep this thing rolling. Kansas University, they had 26 sacks last season in 2023. They currently have 10.5 sacks sitting in their room. Once again, that was surprising to me because I expected them to be a lot higher. I'm not gonna even lie about that. Next up, we have Cincinnati, the Bearcats. Now, they had 18 sacks last season, and they currently have 12 sacks sitting in that room. So that's not bad. They did okay with replacing their production. I guess it just gets better as we go on for each team. But you tell me who replaced their production. You tell me who it's going to be. Can you guess? Going on next, TCU with 26 sacks in their room last season for 2023, and they currently have 13 sacks sitting in that room now. That's not too bad. Moving on to Utah, this is surprising because I thought they would be a lot higher. This is one of the favorites to win the conference. I know it has a lot to do with Cam Rising, but once again, these guys did lose a lot. But this is a factory out here on the West Coast, so they definitely replace their guys. They do good at developing their guys. So yeah, it might not. This one right here might be a little tricky. But yeah, so they had 36 sacks last season and currently have 15 sacks sitting in that room. They did lose some key guys. I'm going over to Houston. They had 26 sacks last season in the 2023 season, and they have 15.5 sacks currently sitting in that room. They did lose a lot. They lost their top dog to Oregon and Chidozie to us. So yeah, but they did replace some of their production, but it just wasn't the same. Moving on to West Virginia, had 33 sacks last season. They were getting after the quarterback, crazy, and they currently have 17 sacks in that room. I believe it's going to be a nice year for them. I think this is one of the teams that's kind of like a sleeper in the Big 12 that. Yeah, this is one of the tough ones I think we're going to have. But let me go ahead and move on to this. We have Iowa State. They had 21 sacks last season, and they currently have 17.5 sacks sitting in that room. Texas Tech had 28 sacks last season in the 2023 season, and they currently have 18 sacks sitting in that room. Moving on to the last two. Who's going to be? Here we go. Coming in at second to last is UCF. They had 27 sacks last season in the 2023 season, and they currently have 20 sacks sitting in that room. That's pretty good. That's pretty good because they almost completely replaced their production. Coming up to the number one D-line, and this is going off production from 2023, but that's what everything is based off, right? So all your rankings and all that is from 2023 and what everybody brought in. So from 2023 and what we brought in, the best D-line in the Big 12 currently is the Colorado Buffs. They had 28 sacks last season, and remember, that is counting the linebackers and corners. And they currently have 30 sacks sitting in that room with only D linemen. And I did break down the Colorados. So if with only D line last season, they had 14 sacks. So they almost doubled their sacks in production with just the D line. The D line is that much better. Once again, I do want to point out that the sack totals for 2023 for each team accounts for the D-line, the DBs, and the linebackers, everyone on the defense. The sack totals for the production that they currently have in the locker room is only for the D-line, once again. So, yes, Colorado did replace the production for that D-line. They doubled it, replaced the production for that team, amount of sacks for the team. So everybody sleeping on my team, man, we going to come out there and kick y'all doors down and bust in the door. You know the rest. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe. It's more to life.